we're not going back, opening doors. And the second one is, I am the fire, which is a homage to the women who came before us, our ancestors, the wise ones, the ones who could heal, the ones who were connected to the earth. And they were so powerful that the old patriarchy was terrified of them, of that power, of that feminine power. And so they burned them. They didn't burn witches, they burned women.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no.
I created a new fashion collection for the fall. It's the Empowerment Collection because it has really three themes. They didn't burn witches, they burned women. Women, because they were afraid of that power. And we've worked very hard, and our ancestors have worked very hard to bring that wisdom back, that confidence of the feminine. It's not just in women. And that's where it's really important to understand. Yes, women in the physical represent the feminine, but we have masculine and feminine in all of us. And the fact that both men and women have denied the feminine, diminished her, made her voice less important. There's so many women I know who will defer to a man. The room could be full of wise women, but if a man speaks, they will defer to him as if he's the authority because he's a man. And this is lopsided, and it's denying us the absolute juice of life when we do that. And when men deny the feminine in them, their creativity, their ability to be sensitive, to cry, to show their emotions in healthy ways, not just in violent ways. We've trained boys and men that to be a man, a real man, you have to be aggressive, not assertive. You have to be able to be the strongest bully in the room. And that kind of stuff, it's what's destroying society and our planet. And when you think about it, we're the only species that does things like that. The animal kingdom, they do not deny the feminine. They'd be extinct if they did. It's ridiculous. And I think that's where we can see, even today, even though we've climbed these mountains, we are experiencing people who want to take us back to the old patriarchal, hard way of control. And that it's like a pyramid, and at the top of that pyramid are a lot of wealthy men who are happy to control everyone else because they see themselves as above the rest of us, that have more wealth, so they have more power. But the true power is not in the wealth. The wealth is in the power of the feminine. That is the true wealth. Without her, nothing else exists. There is only women can give birth to another human. That's powerful. And they have tried to diminish that. The narrative that we tell, that women's menstrual cycles are dirty and it's, a terrible thing. It's a curse and so forth. It's not. It's life force. It's the only way to continue our species. But it's more than that. It's the wisdom. And I know a lot of women who in previous years, and even today, likely don't know what oppression we're talking about when we say we're not going back. We can't go back to the time where we had to ask permission of either our husbands, our brother, our father, whether we could do something with, if we could own something, if we could buy something, if we could go to school, if we could read a book, if we could publish a book, if we could write a book, if we could create a piece of art. We didn't have that right without permission. We couldn't own property. Yes, we got the right to vote, but we still couldn't go to the bank and get a loan to start a business. A lot of women wrote books, created inventions, but they had to do it with using a man's name. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been looked at. So many things where, there are women who felt like they wanted the life where they didn't have to make a decision, where they didn't, for whatever reason, they didn't want to have to go out in the world and face people and get a loan or buy a home or buy a vehicle or even drive. People didn't want to do that. And they were happy with a situation where if they could marry somebody who had the means to give them everything they wanted, and in some cases, the very wealthy, they had maids, they didn't ever have to do housework, they spent their time, getting their nails done and their hair done and wearing fine clothes that some other person had made. They didn't want it. But that's different than not having the right to do it. Wanting something or being happy with a choice to depend on someone else. That's a choice. And I believe it was Gloria Steinem who said it was never about what we were choosing. It was about having the choice to make. And I experienced that in my personal life. I didn't feel I had enough information, I had the support, I had the money, I had the avenues to realize my potential as a woman. I had to succumb to the will of the patriarchy. And so I didn't come from money, so I didn't have the opportunities that some people had. And when you look at the situation, that the fact that we're in 2024 and we're just seeing again more oppression in the world where women are not going to be allowed to sing in public. They can't, show their physical form. The physical form is so powerful that they're projecting that men can't control themselves when they see a woman, the way she dresses, the way she talks, her voice, the sensuality of that divine feminine essence within her. Then that doesn't say that the woman needs to be oppressed. It says that the men need to learn how to control their emotions, healthy emotions, know how to not touch a woman just because she's beautiful or just because they're attracted to her. They don't have to, they wouldn't touch a man just because they thought he was attractive or he was there. We don't have those two. Men have learned. They wouldn't do it, or they would be likely put in their place in various ways, and mostly violent ways. But the truth of it is violence is not. It's not only not the answer, but we've been taught that it is the answer. It's the only answer. It's that humans can only do war. We don't know how to do peace, but we do peace. We do peace in our homes. We do peace in our workplaces all the time. When we have the maturity, to use nonviolent communication, when we are mutual respect, when we really value civility. And that's where I feel we are at today. And that's why I created this collection. It's been a couple of years, some of these paintings, and I will show you. This is one that has, I don't know how it's going to show. I will show a picture of it if it's not showing properly here. This is Eva, I Am the Fire. And Eva was one of my grandmother's names, and I wanted to honor her because she never had a childhood. She was sent to live with a family because her family had broken down. When she was 9 years old, she became a maid, and she was a maid until she got married. And then, of course, she was a maid in her own home. And I don't know if she was if she felt oppressed, or I know she had expressed to my mom that she used to bind herself when she was a young girl to try to stop puberty from happening, to try to stop her breasts from forming, because she knew that once that happened, she would be vulnerable. She would not be safe anymore being a woman. And so I feel that I am the fire is where we claim it. We claim it. We know we are powerful. And it's not an easy dance to do when you've had so much oppression, when you've come through experiences of trauma, when you were told that your voice didn't matter, that your opinion didn't matter, that you weren't wise, that you should just shut up and be seen and not heard. And I feel like fashion is our opportunity to express ourselves. And part of it is I made some of my fashions with the words, I am the fire. And I know some people may not feel comfortable with those words yet. And so I made some with just the image, so that when you wear it, it's sort of like wearing red underwear. You feel it. You feel your power suit. You feel that excitement, passion, and confidence. Confidence. When you wear confidence, you don't wear anything else. It doesn't matter. And so the other one, which when I first started painting it, she wasn't on here, and she was. This is Burning Bridges. We're not going back. And to me, she's very contemplative. She's considering things, and I feel like this fire that's burning here was burning a bridge. And in the fashions, I actually have a bridge painted into it. And so, because I remember as a child being told, never burn your bridges. You never know when you might want to go back. But here's the thing about our evolution now on this planet. We who have evolved, who have matured, who have wisdom, we don't want to go back. And I never want to leave a door open to something that was so mean, cruel, oppressive, destructive, raping the planet, Mother Earth with no care, just not, just throwing our garbage around our home. We only have one planet. This is where we are experiencing planet Earth. If we don't take care of her, how can she take care of us? The trees that protect us, that actually help with the cooling of the planet, that create that umbrella, that give us oxygen, that give us beauty, and the energy, the pheromones, the magnificence, the birds, a place to live, the animals, the shelter, that we, only think of as lumber. It's more than that. It's life force. And the beauty of the flowers and the water running, fresh, clear, drinkable water. These are important things. So why would we want to go back to a time when we give up our rights as women to decide for ourselves if we want to reproduce and how many children we want to have? Why would we want to go back to a time when we have to get permission to get a loan at the bank, or to have a credit card, or to take on a job? Do we need our husband's permission? How does your husband feel about that? How many interviews have women gone through where they were asked questions like that? How does your father feel about you working here? Why does that matter? Where is that? It's in the collective, and we need to change that. So I say, burn the bridge. We don't want to go back. We are opening new doors of opportunity, of positive growth, expansion, fairness, justice, real peace, real equality, where we're all honored. Nobody is dehumanized just because of their gender, their sexual preference, the color of their skin. How absurd that we would ever have accepted that. But we did. We did. So just burn the bridge, open new doors, and step into a better tomorrow. And that's what this line of fashions is. And the painting, of course, is available for sale as well. I'll put links to all of these things on the video in the description box. But I wanted you to see her because she is so powerful to me and represents so much that I've been through, that there were so many times in my life that I didn't even realize that I was deferring to someone else's opinion just because they were a man. And in many ways, they didn't really know. Now this is another painting that is it's in a sub. I have a couple more that go with it. But this is, again, the turbulent water. And then she appeared to me as I was painting. And I could see her in her beautiful dress. And she was just so tired. And she, instead of fighting the waves, fighting for anything, fighting against, she finally said, enough. And she just kind of melted into this dreamy sleep and let the waves go around her. And that's the energy of this one. And there's several things. I mean, you might see different things than what I'm pointing out here. I see another lady here, sort of almost naked, and she's on her knees praying. So I kind of wonder if she's, like my guardian angel or your guardian angel, or higher self or higher feminine, the divine feminine. But she is melted in. Those are her legs. I just feel like she has decided to rest. And she came to me, again, it's just formed as I was painting. And I thought, oh, who is she? And so that's how a lot of my art has been created. This one is another sort of busy energy but they're abstracts. They're not realistic. They're not supposed to be. So it could be water, it could be the sky, it could be fog and clouds in the background. I'm always feeling the sense of energy in my paintings, in all of my art.
Ever gonna happen? I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Until then, nope, a nope, a nope, a nope, definitely nope, a nope, nope, a nope. Probably never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. Oh no.